giving you a glimpse into maybe what created this monster as to opposed to just thinking that he was born a monster. Like, he was definitely crafted by the shitty world that we live in, basically. And like I said, people are going to be like, this is wrong, or they're going to, they're going to be into it or whatever. It's hard to be excited for something that's grounded in reality like this, but I am definitely interested in seeing this new kid. I think this kid's from, the guy who's playing Jeffrey Dahmer is from Disney Channel. He's a Disney kid.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So that's a huge, step into, realism, and it'll be interesting to see from the trailer. It looks like he killed it. Like, everything about this movie looks great to me. So, oh, and a fun fact, it's based on the 2012 graphic novel.
Oh, I have seen that. I just never actually, looked through it.
It's done by, it was done by Backdorf, I believe the name is. And there's no official, release date. It's just coming sometime this fall.
Well, we'll be looking out for that, and we'll see.
Yeah, My Friend Dahmer, check out the trailer now. Or the teaser. There's a teaser out. It's great. Moving on. Atomic Blonde will be dropping... Okay, we're not recording this on Friday, but when this episode drops, Atomic Blonde will be available in theaters for you guys to go consume it. So go consume it. I know it's going to be amazing. I haven't seen it yet, but a couple of my buddies went to the screening we had for San Diego Comic-Con, and they said it was beautiful, so that'll be awesome. And that leads me into my, I guess this is kind of news, but it's more of like just a fact that happened on that set. I guess Charlize actually she cracked a couple teeth while training for the movie. So at the world premiere recently, she actually said thank you to all her dentists, which is funny.
That she's silly. Yeah, that's fun.
But I'll tell you what wasn't fun was I guess she really fucked up her teeth or something, because they said that she had to get a couple root canals. One of them wasn't working, so she had to just extract the tooth out completely and get an implant.
I think you mentioned that she just did this from biting down, right, on her own. So that just sounds horrible.
It was just in the training, what she was just training for the movie. I guess the adrenaline for her was so strong that she clenched her jaw. I don't know if it was subconsciously, maybe she didn't know that she was doing it so hard, but yeah, she did it herself. Yeah,
and just jaw and dental issues are the worst.
So that's the end of my news.
Okay.
Would you like to hear Mr. James Warney's news?
Of course, he's gonna blow us away like he usually does.
Yeah. Okay, hopefully I don't muck this up too much for him. Shout out to James, who is sick. He has a little bit of pneumonia.
Yeah, we hope he gets better soon, because he needs to be here doing the news himself.
Yeah, or just in the show, just in general, man. It's not the same, but yeah, we're carrying on for you guys. Yeah. You and Dennis. Dennis, the workaholic. He's, I guess. If you're listening to this, fuck you, Dennis.
He's really gonna come back now after that. He'll be like, wow.
You need to show up. No, I want them back. That's
Definitely.
all. Okay. So, James's news. Where do I start? He also wanted to mention the new Bright and Death Note trailers that are now available on YouTube. They dropped for Comic-Con, and also he was there Thursday and sat through the Bright panel where David Ayer, the director of Bright and such movies as Suicide Squad, Fury, Harsh Times. I think he wrote Training Day. He's definitely like the gritty cop LA guy, right? So he kind of said that he this is kind of controversial, but he said that he prefers Netflix over like working with Hollywood in that industry because they totally let him do his thing and they don't corrupt his vision.
Did he say that at Comic-Con?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I was in the back and I heard him. Yeah, he was like saying that that they basically were very supportive. They didn't tell him he couldn't do anything. They just let him fly with anything that he wanted, and were like, "We're here for you, like whatever you want." Basically, just funded it all.
Well, I heard the same about Stranger Things, about the creators, the two brothers who.
Duffer brothers, right?
They went to a few networks and they all just said like, no, this is too weird. Like, and then finally went to Netflix and they said, okay. So, I mean, it's not uncommon because Netflix is just, killing the game. And so it makes sense that they would be letting someone take creative control of a project. Especially, I just don't, and I've also heard that Netflix actually steals a lot of executives from, like, ABC and NBC, so this probably won't make them happy either, but hey, man, go get a job with Netflix. It looks like that's where it's at.
Yeah, they're stealing, man, they're doing, like, these big budget movies, and they're just going to release it for streaming. That's crazy. I'm actually on board with that. I think we're in the future.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, they still create a sense of like anticipation. I mean, they give you a date and then you're waiting for that date to come. So it is still very exciting, even if you're not going out to the movies to see it. So I think people are a little mad that Netflix is doing that, but I think they're giving the people what they want. So
yeah, definitely. Okay, his next piece was, I guess, the day before the Justice League panel at Cannes. The Hollywood Reporter released an article saying that the WB was looking to find a way to release Ben from his Batman role, and so the following day at the panel, Ben Affleck directly addressed the issue, stating the following. So, let me be clear. I am the luckiest guy in the world. Batman is the coolest fucking character in any universe, DC or Marvel, and I'm so thrilled to do it. I will continue to be Batman as long as WB wants me to play him. So he kind of squashed all that hearsay.
Yeah, I had heard that they all headlines like, is Ben out?
It's like, no, I didn't believe that for a second.
It's not that easy to do that, first of all, especially with all these like contracts. Like, it sounds like something that if he did get out of, like, he would get sued for, or
just be blacklisted. Like, he just would not do anything for a long time.
And I mean, people would absolutely hate him, like both sides, like the public and Hollywood. Like, yeah, you're playing the coolest superhero. Why would you back out of that? And if if they were pushing you out, like, why would you let them? So yeah. I agree. I didn't believe that either.
Okay, so his next piece, it's just a tiny little thing, but I don't know if you've heard this, but I guess the Alien franchise has been postponed, I guess officially, as they are trying to figure out what direction to take the story. Because Covenant didn't do well. I think we talked about that already. Yeah, the box office just was floundering around. So I think they kind of lost faith even in the bringing back the xenomorphs. They just I feel like people just thought that they were recycling ideas that had already been done, and there was nothing fresh about it. Personally, I liked the movie. It could have been better, but it wasn't a gigantic mess. So it was good, but it could have been great. Yeah, that's all I have to say
Yeah,
about it.
and I think we had mentioned that maybe like the lack of marketing for that movie, because I hadn't heard too much about it, but maybe it is just more of this like underground, that if you do like these movies, you would already be in front of this news, but you know, it sounds like no one really went to go see it, so that's a big issue.
Yeah. I feel like just sci-fi as a whole is not, it's hard to go, if you're not a big, like, especially because it's R and very gory and weird, it's not going to get people in, like, what's, like, a more, like, family-oriented, like, it's not like E.T., where you're going to have that, like, that smaller or not small, but that little kid demographic that are like, oh, I want to go watch this, you know what I mean? Because they're gonna be scared or whatever. I don't know.
Man, they're being weenies.
Do you want to jump into? So that's the end of James's news. So thank you, buddy.
Yeah,
for that.
Thanks, James.
Always killing it. He also sent us weekly recommendations for himself. So do you want to do you have any for us?
Yeah, I can start off, and then we'll hear James. So for TV, this is actually one that we asked you for the Swan stamp of approval, because I had been wanting to watch this for a long time now, and it was really hard to convince my partner Tim to put this on, and so he asked, like, hey, can you ask Wes, and if he says this is cool, then we'll watch it. So, you know, we were really waiting on that answer, and when you said that it was cool, I got really excited. So it's actually about a computer hacker that's trying to bring down corporate America, and I think it's great. I'm probably halfway through the first season, which there's only 2 out, so I'll be catching up pretty soon, but I think it's really great. I'm looking forward to more episodes, but I also think the main character, Elliot, and I'm not sure what his real name is. I know he's just like an Egyptian American actor, but he's great. I love his voice. It's like so hypnotic, and I want to keep watching, and I felt like I was dreaming about it, and I'm just so excited about it. So if anyone else watches it, I'd love to chat with you about it, since it is one of those shows that's harder to find on the internet, and it's not like on Netflix. It's not something that's just there. So yeah, I'd love to chat with anyone about this show, because I'm pretty excited about it. Do you have any comments about that?
How far are you into the season?
Probably, so the first season is only 10 episodes. I'm probably on like 5 or 6.
Okay, so you're getting into the more heavy stuff. Okay.
Definitely. And like I said, there's only 2 seasons, and I really try to hold back from looking up some of these shows when I get into them, especially if they've been out for a while, so I don't like run into any like spoilers or any news, but I had looked it up really quick and seen that there was a season 3 like teaser, so you know, so I'm like right on time, and so catching up on 2 seasons is gonna be a breeze, so that's very exciting.
Yeah, just hold on, because it's a crazy show. It goes like, I don't know. I don't want to kill anything for you, but it's amazing, and I love Christian Slater. I've always loved him, and I think he's just as good as he's always been in this show. Yeah.
No, yeah, I agree. He's doing great. I'm still digging all of the characters. I really like the storyline, but I also like the visuals.
Yeah, it's very Fincher-esque. Like I was telling you, like you see. I don't know how they did it, but it looks great.
I agree. And as far as a movie recommendation for the week, so it might be one that kind of fell under the radar, but Netflix released a movie called To the Bone with Lily Collins and Keanu Reeves. And I checked it out. There was a lot of buzz about this because it's about a young girl suffering from anorexia, and she's pretty much, this is her, like, you know, billionth attempt to try to nip this in the bud, and It's just kind of her journey through this treatment that's pretty alternative, and Keanu Reeves is